Hey everyone, on today's video, we're going to be talking about how to become a top real estate broker. Now, I've been doing this for 14 years and I've been blessed to be considered one of the top 1% across the nation and a top 100 agent in the country. Now, it didn't just happen overnight. Years of hard work, sacrifice came in. And if you're watching this video, you're either thinking about getting into the industry or you're in the industry and you want to know how to take your business to the next level. Step number one is actually getting a license. Becoming a top real estate professional is not just going to happen. You need to get licensed and you need to take your real estate exam. Every state's a little bit different, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about what the requirements are. The main thing is that once you pass your real estate license, consider yourself a real estate professional. Congrats, and throw out the window everything that you learned in those courses. You're never actually going to learn anything about actually buying or selling property in those courses. However, you do need them to become a real estate professional. Once you have your license, the next step is to join a brokerage. And you want to join a brokerage that's going to cater to you, help you become the top agent that you dream of becoming. And here at Pack Realty, we got you covered with that. So if you want more information, do not hesitate to DM me and we'll get you that info. But regardless of what brokerage you join, you want to make sure that when you're in an environment, that environment is actually going to cause you to excel, cause you to actually become that top agent. For everyone, it's a little bit different. Maybe you only want to do 1 or 2 deals a year. Maybe you want to do 1 or 2 deals a month. Maybe if you really want to consider yourself a top agent, you want to close hundreds of deals a year. What does that even look like? And for everybody, it's a little bit different. Now, the main thing, whether you're just starting or you're an experienced professional, the main advice that I can give you about becoming a top producer is get the right mentorship and coaching. Initially, when I got into the industry, I did it all by myself. I thought I would just wing it, figure it out, and watch people from afar and try to emulate them in one way or another. Without knowing it, I did have a mentor. Whatever agent I was watching trying to basically reproduce their success, that was my mentor. But it wasn't until I actually physically connected with somebody and they basically said, "Here, come follow me, shadow me," that I started to really learn the business from the inside out. And it wasn't until I actually started physically paying for coaching, putting money out of my pocket into some coaching services, that my business just exploded. So the sooner you can have that mentor, the sooner you could get that coaching, the better you are. And yes, that does involve a lot of work and some financial investment on your part. However, think about this. You're gonna be investing in yourself as a professional, as a business, and you need to start thinking yourself as a business person if you want to become a top real estate professional. And like any other business, it requires investment, time, and energy. So why not do it on yourself, whether it's coaching or spending the money on something that you're not going to benefit from at all. With the coaching, with the mentorship, your skills are going to develop. You're going to learn how to communicate with people. Something as simple as taking let's just say a new buyer, and how do you handle a new buyer? Initially, I was just like, great, you want to buy a house. Let's go show you some properties. That's one way of doing it. But what are you doing when that happens? It wasn't until I got coaching that I was like, you know what? You need to pre-qualify that client, meaning ask them questions. Why are they looking? What's their main motivation? How soon do they have to move? What areas are they looking for? There's a system, there's a process, there's a way of doing it, not just taking people on, putting them in your car and driving them around for days, weeks, months at a time. You need to know the system and the process, and mentorship and coaching is going to show you the most effective way to do that. With communication, the skills that you learn is how to ask the right questions, how to listen to those answers, how to ask the next question that's going to get you closer to helping them achieve their goal, whether it's buying or selling a property. So mentorship and coaching is crucial for all of that information, because in order for you to really be a top agent, you have to learn how to communicate. Your skills have to be in place. Negotiating those offers is a whole different skill set. How did you do that? And if it wasn't for my mentors and my coaches, You can't just submit an offer, especially in this market, and think that it's going to get accepted. You need to be able to submit the offer, submit it in writing, articulate what those clients are signing, let them know what the terms are, and then follow that up with specific actions like calling the agent, asking them questions. What does it take to get the deal done? What specifically is the seller looking for to get this deal done? What's important to them? And how can my client meet them there? And aside from negotiating, you call them, present the offer, follow it up with a text. There's just so many things that go into it that a new agent or an agent that's been in the industry but not quite having the success that they want, all those little things turn out to be big things if you're looking to really elevate your skill set and become a top producing real estate professional. Once you start having some success, you want to start getting yourself out there more and more. Whether you're new or you've been around for a while, a lot of us in the industry want to be secret agents. We don't want to tell people we are in real estate. You can't have sustainable success, much less be a top producing agent, if you don't tell people you're a top producing agent. For everybody, that might look a little bit different. Are you doing social media? Are you posting on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever your favorite platform is? Put yourself out there. Aside from that, are you doing phone calls to your center of influence? Are you cold calling potential sellers, potential for sale by owners? Are you farming an area with flyers? Are you door knocking? There's just so many ways that you can put yourself out there. But if you don't put yourself out there and make the contact with people, people are not gonna know you're in the business. So many of us make the mistake of, like I mentioned, being secret agents, and we wait for the phone to ring, or we wait for somebody to walk across the doors and say, hey, help me buy or sell my house. And it just doesn't work like that. If you don't put the effort to put yourself out there in front of people, nobody's going to reach out to you and say, hey, help me, because you're the greatest realtor in the world that nobody knows about. So you need to put yourself out there. When you're out and about and you're meeting all these people, you're connecting with so many individuals, you have some coaching, you have some mentorship, you need to have the right community around you. Your community is the team that you surround yourself with, your lending partners, your attorney partners, your home inspecting partners. All of those need to play their role and be on the same standard as you are of operating, because the service they give is the same service that your client's going to be getting from you as a whole. And the client doesn't care whether that's a different individual. They still connected to you as the realtor that referred them, those individuals. So the community, your team, is very, very important. Also, the people that are in your office. Do you have an assistant? Do you have a transaction coordinator? Do you have other agents around you that are distracting you from making the calls? Or are they just holding you back because their attitude about the market's a little bit negative? While you're trying to be a top agent and close hundreds of deals a year, they're complaining about the interest rate, or they're complaining about the NAR settlement that's happening, or whatever they're complaining about. They're just bringing your energy down, and as a result, your community is not where it needs to be. So in order for you to elevate your skill set, elevate your production, you need to have the right people around you. The other thing that causes you to be a top real estate professional is the system and the procedures that you have in place. Nobody just wings it. A lot of real estate agents just do that. They wing it. They figure it out. They go with the flow. And if you really want to close and do deals at a high level, you need to have a certain system and procedure with how you take on the client, how do you show the client, how do you communicate the client, and what do you do and when do you do it. It has to be something that's repeatable, duplicatable, something for you that's just automatic, where you guarantee the best service possible for your clients. Because that brings me to the next point. Take care of your clients. Show them good service, answer their questions, provide them the information that they need. Again, buying and selling a home is one of the biggest investments anybody's ever going to do in their lifetime. You're the professional. You're the one that's there to help them, guide them from step one all the way to the very end. And you need to have systems and procedures in place and take care of them look out for their best interests. And if you do that, the client's going to be happy. They're going to love you forever. And in the end, that leads to success, referrals, them sending you more business without you always having to grind it and hustle for it. But you need to provide the service to get them to trust you, to believe in you, to want to work with you in the future, or recommend people to work with you. Which leads to my last point. When you have success and you took care of that client, scream it from the mountaintops. You need to promote yourself. You need to be your biggest fan, because if I'm not my biggest fan, nobody else around here is going to promote me like I promote me. And you need to understand that you need to tell people your victories, tell people your wins. We go out there day in and day out and we look at hundreds of homes. We make so many sacrifices, time away from family, time away from friends, time away from personal activities that I'd rather be doing on a Friday night instead of going to go see that fixer-upper that is full of mold and roaches. I'd rather kind of watch Netflix at that time. But that client wants to make an investment. And when I close that client, I'm going to scream it from the mountaintops that we had a successful closing and that I was able to help that client build generational wealth, because they're going to either build that fixer-upper into a beautiful dream home, or they're going to flip it to an amazing family, or they're going to cash out and take that money and reinvest it into a bigger and better deal. And as a result, they grow financially, and I was just able to be a part of it by guiding them through the process. Those are the main things that you need to do in order to become a real estate professional. If you have any more questions, always reach out. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and then I'll see you on the next one. God bless. Be great.